But to me, the most important elections are senatorial and the House. So, vote for your local congressperson. Make sure they're anti-Israel. I advocate for voting for the Democratic Socialist of America. And they got some fucking motion right now. So, that's what I've been saying. But, this video is going to go up on Rumble, so I'm probably in the minority there. Yeah, that's alright. But yeah, vote anti-Israel. Alright, make sure. And anyway, local elections matter a lot too. But you have to understand, the president, they're gonna bomb children in our name. They're gonna kill innocent people. They're gonna start stupid fucking wars, right? The only one that hasn't done that in the last like 30 years is fucking Joe Biden, unironically. And is that because he was demented and like somebody else was doing his job behind the scenes? Yeah, probably. Okay, I don't know. But anyway, he got us out of Afghanistan. Okay, it was a shit show, but he did the damn thing. This is a Rumble exclusive. This is Tom Foe on Rumble.
Every once in a while,
Jews
you gotta
doing?
ask yourself, what the Jew doing? What the Jews doing? It's not what the dog doing, it's what the Jew doing. Which you should honestly be asking that quite often, because the Jews be up to a lot of bullshit. What the Jew doing? The Jew doing a lot of bull.
So, the reason I want to react to this video is, I reacted to another Tom Foe video the other day, and, I thought it was really excellent. I really liked it. It was about Christian Zionists. It was about how much, power they have, how much authority they have in this country, in America. And, I predicted that, I predicted in the video that Tom Foe would go back to, he would turn around and, start talking about the Jews again. And what do you know, like 2 days ago, he posted this video, What the Jews Doing? And I swear, I haven't watched any of this video. I didn't know that that's the intro. What a great intro, bro. Let's hear that again.
What the Jews doing? It's not what the dog doing, it's what the Jew doing.
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro. So, I praised him for that video. Credit where credit is due. The Christian Zionism video, I really liked it. I thought it was a great step in the right direction. He did call on other Groypers to talk more about Christian Zionism. Okay, and in fact, he said specifically, if you're going to mention AIPAC, you need to mention CUFI at the same time. CUFI, whatever you want to call it. And I completely agree. I completely agree with him. So, let's see. Let's see if he brings up Christian Zionism. Let's see if he brings up CUFI in this video. Because obviously, this video is gonna be about Zionism. Okay, of course it's being framed as like Jews, and I'm very careful to distinguish the two, but you can't expect that from Groypers. Okay, they are going to, Israel is the Jew country. Okay, for all the Jews, and the Jews love Israel. Okay, it's not really true. Okay, there is no unanimous consensus. Like, not all Jews are Zionist, and more and more Jewish people are abandoning Zionism, understandably, because it's a suicide, genocidal death cult. But anyway.
Which you should honestly be asking that quite often, because the Jews be up to a lot of bullshit. What the Jew doing? The Jew doing a lot of bullshit, dog. So, It's actually healthy. Not only is it healthy for
Hilarious.
your community, for your neighborhood, for your family, but for your soul. It is healthy for you, for your soul. Maybe not your mental well-being, but your soul especially. To every once in a while, and when I say every once in a while, I mean like at least once or twice a week. You gotta ask yourself.
Yeah, it's certainly not good for your mental well-being. Like, you know, playing into these ideas about Jewish conspiracy, Jews controlling society. That's not what's going on, man. You basically admitted it in your last video, and I looked at your comments, and I didn't screenshot any of them, but I saw a lot of pushback in that video. Like, a lot of people were saying, you know, 7,000, you know, you got the $7,000. Okay, you know, look, I told you, man, people were not going to like that video. That's what I said, and I was fucking right. Okay, because of course not. Of course people don't like it. You're basically like saying, you know, Christians, it's, you know, it's your fault, you know, and that's true. For those of you that don't know, a majority of Zionists are Christian by a long shot. It's not even close, dog. There are literally more Christian Zionists in this country than there are Jews on the planet. Think about that, man. Let me say that again. I'm gonna repeat it. There are more Christian Zionists in this country than there are fucking Jews on the fucking planet Earth, dog. But when Groypers talk about this, when they talk about Zionism, when they talk about Israel, it is inseparable from Jews, from Jewish people. Okay? This is because they are anti-Semitic, and you can say that, you know, oh, that you got paid the 7,000, bro. Look, it's just fucking reality. Okay, Jewish Zionists, they are evil. They are supporting something that's evil. At the very least, they are an apologist for the genocide. But they are not the majority of Zionists. Christian Zionists are. Obviously. You know, like, it's obvious. Christian Zionists hold so much more political power in this. They wield so much more political power in this country. It's not even close. Anyway.
What are the Jews doing? And so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna, you know, try to keep this video a little lighthearted. I will try my best not to have an aneurysm on you guys. No promises.
Lighthearted.
But, yeah, this is gonna be a fun little video. We're gonna react to some videos, some clips, and you know, this video is for the real.
Bruh.
This video is for the real fucking.
Bruh.
All right, it's for the Rumble
Bruh.
real men. So it's a Rumble exclusive. I know it's been a minute, but we're doing it again, baby. We're getting back into the motions, man. We are getting back to the motion. And today,
yeah. So this person, I believe he's definitely a white guy. Okay, he is a white person. That's why he is making this a Rumble exclusive. He can't upload this shit on YouTube, okay? And I am going to do that. I'm going to upload this on YouTube. I will do my best to, like, censor it. Although I have, like, reacted to and I've shown him saying the N-word before. If he takes it too far, I'm gonna censor it. I may even censor that. I don't know. I'm undecided at this point. We'll see how I feel about it when I get to the editing part. But yeah, I mean, I'm disappointed, Tomfo. Although I can't say I'm surprised. You know, this is to be expected from you, especially after I saw the pushback you got. Like I said, I saw the reaction of your fans, and you know, you got a lot of support for the Christian Zionism video, but you also, you know, you got a lot of people that were not so happy about it. Okay,
with looking at what the Jews be doing, what the Jew doing. So let's go see what kind of bullshit they're up to.
I believe we all recognize the fact that we will reach to the kingdom. We will make it to the return of the Messiah, but this will not happen next Thursday. The lives of nations is always precarious and surrounded with threats. Our survival, our endurance is a result of alliances that we forge for our existence to be stronger. No doubt we are moving from one battle to another, from the establishment. And with this battle now, with this operation, Israel has become stronger than ever.
Oh, wow, dude. We got Bibi Netanyahu talking about the Messiah. Dude, they're literally talking about the Messiah, which, by the way, their Messiah is our Antichrist. All right, so this nigga is out here talking about ushering in the Antichrist, and it's like the greatest thing ever. He's like, but it's not happening next Thursday, so we got to keep doing what we're doing. And I like how he talks about, like, you know, forming alliances. Like, it isn't just socially engineering people or blackmailing people or executing people. I mean, there are people that like him. You know, there's Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz likes him. Ted Cruz would suck Benjamin Netanyahu's cock. He probably already does, honestly. But yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like, what do you guys think of this? It's like they're just fucking on TV. It's like, yes, we must usher in our Messiah, which is the Antichrist. We must bring forth our Messiah so he could kill all the white Christians and usher in total world domination, and we will rule the earth. And all the other goyim will be our slaves. We will rule the world, and they will be our slaves. They will fetch us our finest of cheeses. Our finest of cheese. The goyim. The goyim will be our slaves.
Yeah, man. So, it's not that their Messiah is the Antichrist. That's you're actually, like, you do realize that that is dispensationalism, right? Like, you do understand that that's what that is. Okay, maybe you agree with some parts of dispensationalism. I do not. Me personally, I do not. I think it's fucking stupid. I think it's the dumbest drivel that the scholars of our religion have to offer. Okay, you know, I think that anybody that purports dispensationalism, they're not a real Christian. Straight up, they're not. Okay, they don't give a fuck about Christianity. But anyway, that's not important. What is important is what you're saying here, which is that they're bringing about their own Messiah, who is the Antichrist. Okay, the implication there is that if you're going by the Christian prophecy, that's going to bring about the end of time. That's going to bring about the end of days. Okay, and we'll all be raptured. Okay, if that's what you believe, then you can say that. But if you do that, you are a Christian Zionist. Okay, just understand. Like, this person, he clearly has, like, some knowledge, some understanding of these concepts, and he claims that he's not a Zionist. So I don't know why you're saying this, man. It's all bullshit. They're not ushering in the end of times. They're not bringing about their Messiah, our Antichrist. It's all bullshit. This is what us woketards call settler colonialism, but it is disguised as a Jewry. Okay, it is disguised as a global Jewry. It's not. It's Zionism, which is basically like Nazi shit, but it's the Jews. Okay, so there is no Messiah that's coming back. There is no Messiah. The Jews are not bringing about the Messiah. It's bullshit. It's just Jewish supremacy. That's all it is.
But speaking of Ted Cruz, what the fuck's Ted Cruz been up to? I saw this video.
I don't know. Probably fucking fleeing from Texas every time that something bad happens there. Most likely.
I don't know if this is recent, if, like, this just happened, or if this is a little bit older. But, you know, top Goyim of the year, Ted Cruz. You know, the Canadian himself.
I don't know if he makes Goyim. He's up there. But Goyim of the year? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I would probably say Lindsey Graham is Goyim of the year. That's just my opinion, though. Okay, or Goy of the year. Goyim of the year. I don't think that's the correct fucking grammar. Anyway,
was at a dinner or something, I guess, with a bunch of Christians, and he was getting booed by Christians. Let's take a look at this.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw this video. Yeah.
I will say this, I am sad.
Yeah.
See that some here, not everyone, but some here, are so consumed with hate. I will say this.
You speak for yourself.
If you will not stand with Israel and the Jews,
No.
Yo, I will not stand with you. Yeah, yeah, dude,
And
yeah.
I said, I'm really troubled by how the phrase Christ is King. I agree with the statement Christ is King. Although it is being used online in a way that is meant to say, screw you.
Yo, that's poetry. He's talking about fucking how awesome Zionism is, and literally, he's got the devil in the background. Look at that. He's got a painting of the devil sitting right behind him. That's so crazy. It's poetic. It's poetry. What,
Although,
dude?
It is being used online.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome, bro.
It is
We're
being
living
used
in the best
very
timeline.
directly to say, I hate Jews, and that's almost an online code word. Christ is king is, I hate the Jews.
Is that your view, or why do you say that?
Because you see the people who are saying it, and they're saying it in that context. They're saying,
America first is kill the Jew.
Jews are
That's
horrible.
what it is.
Like they're attacking Jews, and they end with Christ is king.
Yeah,
What a
man.
faggot. Ted Cruz is top faggot of the year. Top faggot dick sucking of the year award goes to Ted Cruz, the Canadian himself. Ah, man, you love to see it. You love to see it. You hate to see it, dude.
Yeah.
Why does this?
It's amazing how this person is still a politician. The way he abandoned his people during the chaos weather, that alone made me despise him. Yeah, I mean, like, he's done that multiple times. It's awesome. Yeah, I don't know how he keeps getting elected either. What the fuck is going on over there, man? What is it? What's happening in Texas? Can somebody explain that to me? Can somebody explain that shit to me? How did he win again? I mean, it's Texas. We're not bright. Yeah, but like, are you blind? Are Texans blind? Did the brightness of the sun cook your brains? What happened? Like, I don't know, man.
This is what happens, man. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become Ted Cruz. And or,
He's not even white too, so that also shocks me that they love him, dude. He's you're right, like. He's not, but he says the right things. Okay, number one, he's white passing, and he's a Zionist, and he gets racist with it. Okay, so good enough. Okay, and he goes by Ted now. You know, what's his real name again? I can't remember.
you're Ted Cruz and you're Ted Cruz the entire time.
Anyway,
And you just fucking suck. Just like Lindsey Graham. Dude, this is one of my favorite videos. This isn't recent, but this is one of my favorite videos.
yeah, bring up Lindsey
You're
Graham.
gay, and then people won't blackmail you anymore.
Yeah, that is a good video. Rafael Cruz, but Rafael is too ethnic. Yeah, I know, yeah. It is crazy, man. I don't know. Look, you can be a black racist, you can be a brown racist. We're doing it's 2026, dog. We're doing DEI racism. Okay, Nick Fuentes is the face of American white nationalism, and his name is Fuentes, dog. His dad is a Mexican.
Bro, that's fucking awesome. Base, bro. I was like, hey, why don't you
No,
just
I said Nick Fuentes. What? Bruh.
admit you like sucking dick? Why don't you just admit to that real quick? You know, nobody will have to blackmail you. It's fine. It's fine. Like, he's totally gay, bro. He doesn't have any kids. I don't think he's married. He's like a hardcore
He's totally gay. Yeah, I mean, he is, okay? Like, dude, okay? Lindsey Graham is gay. But it's not because he's unmarried and doesn't have kids. Like, you know, I don't know. People just don't get married, okay? It happens. It happens. But he's gay because, like, I'm pretty sure multiple men, I know at least one man has come out and like, has a solid story about how he hooked up with Lindsey Graham. Why are straight people so obsessed with gay people? You won't hear my commenting on pussy 24/7. Yeah, I mean, true. Because, you know, it's because of material conditions. I'm not gonna bore you with that response, okay? But it's because people be poor and like they want to hate something, and they can't hate rich people. Nope, can't do that. It's got to be something else.
Like the old Republican conservative.
It's got to be
guard,
gay people.
which is like really gay. That's like a thing. That's always been a thing. They're just fucking homosexuals, dude. In the closet.
Huh?
Because-
Wow. Wow. Yo, why is that, Tom? Yeah, I don't know. Man, why are all of these trad conservatives so gay? Yeah, but we're not. Nick Fuentes is not gay. Yeah, no, he's not closeted. No, he's a real straight man, a masculine, America first, okay? And he fucks women for sure. Definitely.
There's always been rumors about that. That's always been a thing. Even some of the older, like really old, this isn't even talking about Pizzagate or Jeffrey Epstein. This is like older shit with like politicians trafficking kids, because it you know, that's been a thing for a long time, even before Jeffrey Epstein, even technically before Israel. to be honest. Like, there's always been like weird shit with politicians and kids. I remember there were Republican senators and congressmen, and they would like have.
Yeah, okay, you're right, but it was more normal back then. Because if we're talking about before Israel, that was 80 years ago. Okay, that was like before, that was pre-1947. Okay, so first of all, you know, obviously Zionism was a thing before that, but anyway, that's not the point. Child marriage is still legal in most states to this day, but back then it was socially acceptable. It was normal. Okay, it happened all the time. Arranged marriages as well. Like that was just a normal thing. You know, so like back then, like politicians doing that, it wasn't really like scandalous. You understand? Because like I'm not gonna say everyone was doing it, but like everybody was kind of like, yeah, oh yeah, that's normal. Yeah.
Have sex with the boys and shit. But Lindsey Graham, he fits that fucking group. And I understand he's not Jewish, and Ted's not Jewish. They're the Goyim, and we're here to talk about what the Jews doing. But let me finish this. But Lindsey Graham, he's a part of that old guard, man. Like, you go to the conventions, or if you see people who go to these conventions, they're all in the closet. They're all, like, so fucking evil. They're war hungry, and it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting, and they're pathetic, and they're retarded. But fuck Lindsey Graham, dude. But this guy who called him gay is like, just admit it. It's like, yeah, come on, bro. Like, you're not...
You know, I will give you credit, Tomfo. You know, obviously the framing of this video, you know, it's the Jews, okay? It's a Rumble exclusive. Like, you gotta get racist with it. But you're still bringing up Christian Zionist, okay? I wish you would bring up more Christian Zionists, because there's a lot more than just Lindsey Graham and Ted fucking Cruz, man. Although they, you know, they are extremely, you know, play the clip of Lindsey Graham on Fox when he was like, you know, fuck the Americans that died in this natural disaster. We got to think about Israel.
You're not hiding shit. So that's enough of the Goyim. Let's get back to the Jews. What the Jews doing? Rabbi Yehuda. See what Rabbi Yehuda has to say, you fat fuck.
The scourge of anti-Semitism must be defeated anywhere and everywhere that it exists. As we just heard before, from holding universities accountable to using laws within the Justice Department's existing laws to hold and prosecute crimes against the Jewish community, from preventing people from working and going to worship in their shuls. And then, as was touched on very briefly, but a visa vetting program that we are just beginning now to see the results.
If I had $1 for every time a Jew didn't fucking want somebody else to have free speech when it pertains to Jews, I'd have like at least $40 personally in my own life. I don't know about you. Maybe it's a little more, but like, dude, they hate it, man. They hate our freedoms. They hate the fact that people are just constantly reverting to
Yeah, but it's not just Jews saying this. You know, there's like a lot of like Christian Zionists saying this that want to take away your free speech to criticize Israel. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, fuck, it's codified into Texas legislation that if you criticize Israel, you can't hold public office, you can't fucking be a school teacher. It's insane. I don't think you can have any job with the government.
They hate the fact that people don't like them. They hate it so much they got to threaten you with getting sued, getting arrested, violence, like all these things. Like they just have a beef, dude, with people waking up and noticing. They can't stand it. And you know, I haven't made this video yet, but I'm fixing, and this is a little like preview into the next video I'm making for the main YouTube video. It's going to be on Indians in America, and I've already talked about that, but I'm going to be talking about it again because it's very important, and there's a lot that, you know, needs to be said about it. But there's a video I have, and in the video, there's a group of Indians, and they're all these tech Indians that live in America, and they're talking about Jews, and they're talking about how much they admire Jews, and how the Jews create their own systems and take control of the media, and they, you know, invest so much money into Hollywood and all these different things to fight anti-Semitism. That's what these Indians are talking about, and they're saying we got to do the same. We got to be just like the Jews and look out for ourselves, and we got to weaponize the media and Hollywood against people who are anti-Indian or anti-Hindu or whatever. And I mean, it is a thing, yeah. Like they constantly. Because anti-Semitism, when you live around these people, it just becomes natural. Like, if you're not Jewish, and if you have, like, your own family and your own people, and...
Trump is gay confirmed? Huh? I mean, yeah. Yeah, he sucked off Bill Clinton. Big Bill. Big, beautiful Bill. Can I show this on stream? Fuck it. Oh yeah, I've seen this clip before, yeah. Not this one before, but other people have done this. Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's a good trend. I like that.
You want them to do well.
Want
and
to
you
see
want
more
your,
people doing
society
that.
to have some of your traditions. Like, you want it to thrive and do good. Anti-Semitism really kind of just becomes natural at that point, because these people go there, they don't assimilate, and then they start fucking with everything. And then every single time people get mad at
Yeah, they don't assimilate. So, look, man, when the Italians came over, when they came on the boat and they went through Ellis Island and they brought their pizza culture with them, did they assimilate? Why? Why do you say they assimilated? They kept making pizza. They kept fucking making Italian music. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. You know, that doesn't sound very assimilating to me. Okay, obviously I'm fucking around. Okay, I'm kidding. These people, they do assimilate. They assimilate into America. They bring their culture here, right? It doesn't just go away. They assimilate into America. They integrate their culture. This is what all immigrant waves have done. Okay? Does that make sense, Tomfo? Tell me what's not true. Tell me that's not true between him and Bill. Nah, bro, I believe it. I believe anything. I believe anything. I'm gullible. Okay. Nah, but I mean, in all seriousness, I don't know. They probably got up to some freaky shit behind the scenes. They're definitely friends. Trump, Bill, Hillary. Yeah, I mean, it's all fake. They used to be friends in public. Okay, then not so much. Interesting.
at them, and they get angry that people get mad. It's like they literally, they can dish out as much as they want, but they can't take it, and so they got to spend hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. Like, think about how much money in Hollywood and in media has been spent to fight anti-Semitism. How many movies are there of World War II just shitting on Nazis? And I myself, I'm not a Nazi. I'm not like a Hitler lover, right? I don't worship Hitler. You guys know that. But like, we all know the story. Like, we all know what's really happened at this point. We've all woken up to the fucking bullshit and the smoke and mirrors. But really think about it. How many fucking Hollywood-level productions have been made? Video games, books, your fucking educational system. Like, how much money and effort has been put in just to fight something that's just natural? It's like, oh yeah, these people are taking over everything and fucking everything in the ass. I don't like that. And they have to do all of this shit, bro. They have to spend all this money, all of this time, all these resources.
So hear me out. Okay, look, it's not just that, like, I'm trying to paint you as a Nazi, I'm trying to present you as a Nazi, Tomfo. I'm genuinely wondering, I know a lot of your beliefs that you hold. Why don't you like Hitler? Did Hitler just, like, fuck it up? Was he like a soy beta? And like his beliefs were based, but when he put it into practice, he like fucked everything up. Like I don't know. Like what did he do wrong? Was it something he said? What was it? 'Cause like, it's like Candace Owens said, you know, Hitler just wanted to make Germany great again, right? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Decades.
I'd like to hear your perspective on that.
Generations of propaganda. That's what they have to do to fucking fight against a natural reaction to these motherfuckers just living in your community. Because they don't assimilate, they keep to themselves, they take over everything, and then they just start fucking everything up. You know, it's crazy. But they just hate freedom of speech. They hate it when it's used against them. They love freedom of speech with everything else. They love freedom of expression with art.
Dude, think about it. Italians, they stuck together. They formed the mafia. They fucked everything up. So, like, why aren't we talking about the Italians? Okay, I'm not gonna pretend to not know the answer. Okay, obviously, it's because of Zionism. Okay, Zionism is real, and there's no, like, Italian alternative. It's just that Zionism isn't about Jewish people. It is a Jewish supremacist ideology that is... It's not really about the Jewish part, though. That's just a coat of paint. The real goal of Zionism is settler colonialism. Okay, it is Israel is just our country, our government believes that Israel is valuable because it means that we can dominate the region through them. Okay, and it's fucking stupid and it's backfiring. But that was the original premise. That's why our leadership in America wanted it to happen, made it happen. That's it. So the Italian mob is not a myth? Fuck no. What? What? Yeah, no. No, not a myth. No. No, the Italian, the mafia was real. Yeah. And still is real to some extent. But, you know, not anything like it was in the past. But yeah, I mean, look into it. It's pretty crazy. I thought it was a stereotype. Okay, Texas doesn't provided that in schools. Yeah, I mean, you don't really learn about it in school, but yeah, it's real. It's well documented. You have to understand that when Italians came here, they faced an immense amount of discrimination, unnecessary scrutiny. It was difficult for them to find jobs. A lot of them lied about their ethnicity. So that they could get a job. But not all of them did that. Some of them, or many of them, turned to crime. Okay, and that's why the mafia formed. My cousin is married to one. I thought they despised us. Nah, Italians are chill. Yeah. Everybody likes Italians. Their food is really good, okay? And white people... But, well, I mean, all people love Italian food. But, like... Dude, white people and Japanese people, they go crazy over Italian food. If they're chill, why a mob? Like I said, it's because of material conditions, okay? But Italians were barred from most jobs, right? There was like, and the mafia thing just made it worse, okay? But it was like a negative feedback loop. Okay, so like Italians, they had a bad rep, and then the mafia just made that shit worse, and they couldn't get jobs, so more of them turned to crime. That's what happened, particularly the Ellis Islanders. But that being said, like, you know, I'm not saying that like Italians are criminals or a majority of them are criminals or that it was ever that way, but the organized crime. Yeah, Italian organized crime. Yeah, that's real. Very real. But again, not a majority of them. It was never that way. But many of them did turn to crime to feed their families, to just move up in the world, move up in the social ladder. Anyway.
It's like, oh yeah, no, this isn't a movie about pedophiles, you know, abusing children. This is art. This isn't, you know, child pornography. This is art. This is art. This is beautiful. They'll say it about that. You know, they'll say freedom of speech, freedom of expression about the most degenerate, fucked up, evil shit you can imagine. But as soon as you call them a Jew, or you talk about World War II, or about a certain Austrian painter, you know, Hitler, right? As soon as you talk about the boy, the man, and you start saying, hey, maybe that guy was onto something. Maybe that guy was actually doing something kind of good. Maybe he was kind of cool. As soon as that happens, all that freedom of expression, all that freedom of speech.
So I thought you weren't a Hitler. I'm confused, man. What the fuck? You just like... You were like, oh yeah, I'm not like a Hitler fan. You guys know I'm not the big... So that was a joke then. Okay. Okay. My bad. You deadpanned it, okay? I genuinely... I was like, oh, okay, like, you're trying to, like, distance yourself from Hitler. I was like, cool. Okay, I didn't really believe you, though. But, you know, of course. But now you're just saying it. That's great. You know, very cool. Look, man, Hitler, he wasn't onto something. He was an insane person that seized power in a very methodical way. You know, in that way, he was talented. You know, it's like, what did he say? You build the skeleton, they will come. You know, he built the party. He built a skeleton. People joined. And that's how he was able to win the election by thin margins. It was his charisma, and it was the terrible economy that he inherited. You know, Germany or the Weimar Republic experienced the worst hyperinflation ever of all time, I think. So, no, he wasn't really onto something. He just, like, knew how to fucking lie to people. You know, kind of like Donald Trump, who lied to you. He lied. And you fell for it, most likely. You were probably a Trump supporter. You are a groyper, after all. So that's what happened. But anyway,
It
let's
goes
keep going.
fucking right out the window, dude. It goes right out the window, and then they start shitting themselves. It's insane how much effort they have to put in to just fighting against natural reactions.
Well, yeah, man. Like that. It it ain't because they're Zionists. Okay, yeah. Jews don't really like it when you say stuff like Hitler was onto something. Yeah, I don't think that they like that very much. Because, you know, Hitler, like, genocided the Jewish population in Germany and in Western Europe.
It doesn't just come from Americans either. This comes from like all over the world. Like if you really think about it. I mean, you got to give credit where it's due. Look at Mexico. Look at Mexico, bro. Did you see some of those riots they had last year in Mexico City? They fucking wrote like, "Get this Jew bitch out of our government" on the fucking wall. Because the fucking leader of Mexico she's like part Mexican, but she's Jewish, and she like bows down to Israel. You gotta call a spade a spade. Even Mexicans, bro. People all over. They're like, you know what? Fuck these people. And that's the natural reaction. That's where it eventually evolves to. And it's hilarious that like all of this propaganda, generations of literally worshiping the Holocaust like it's a religion, using it as a way to just get everything that they want. And some 14-year-old kid can just watch a fucking Hitler edit on TikTok of just Hitler looking cool, and just like it's the English translated speech where he's actually making sense. And dude, they see the fit, bro. They see the fits. They're like, damn, Hugo Boss. Like Hugo Boss. Like, damn.
Dude, his speeches were fucking dribble. It's like, I guess people hear it in English, and like I said, he was very charismatic. Okay, like he was a very good speaker, and you listen to the AI, the translations, and it carries over the same tone, like his vigor, right? His speech, his intonation. Okay, and he was a very convincing speaker. So yeah, you hear his speeches, you listen to him, and you're like, oh yeah, wow, this guy is so confident. He sounds like he really knows what he's talking about. And then you look into it, and it's like, oh wait, he lied about everything. He literally was just lying about literally fucking everything. You know, what's the quote? Like, I offered peace to Warsaw 5 times. He lied about everything, man. Left and right. But anyway, you know, as I'm a person, I speak German. I'm a fucking German speaker. That's right. I'm based. I'm a based German speaker. Yeah, I've listened to Hitler's speeches in the original language, and the AI, it's accurate. Okay, so like I said, it carries over the intonation. He was a very convincing speaker. He was convincing to the German people, okay? But still, what's crazy is even with all the charisma, even with his, like I said, methodical approach to politics, and even with the horrible conditions of Germany at the time, he won by slim margins. Because, like, somehow people know better. Okay, like a lot of people, I think they saw through Hitler, or maybe they thought he was too extreme. You know, his because what did Hitler advocate for? He advocated for deporting the Jews, deporting non-ethnic Germans, and he also ran on like socialist policy, which he never enacted, of course. So his rhetoric was very polarizing. Okay, but the populist rhetoric, it was a good idea because of the conditions of Germany at the time. But like I said, I think that the extremist approach that he took, which was different from Italian fascism, very different. It almost cost him the election, but I think it also actually won him the election. I don't know if he would have won with a more like centrist approach, a more like lukewarm agenda. Anyway, I'll shut up about
that
it.
Shit on, bro. That shit looks fire as fuck. They're like, you know what? That's my whole personality. And then boom, dude, generations of propaganda, billions of dollars of brainwashing, literally in the shitter because a 14-year-old saw a video of Hitler and some funk
Yeah,
music.
bro, that's a funny meme. Yeah, I saw that meme like 6 months ago. You know, the 14-year-old. See, decades of propaganda erased by fucking Agartha edits. Yeah, man, hilarious.
Just like, that's awesome. It's cool. The edits are cool. But I digress. Like,
is this what your Rumble exclusives are? Because I feel like you don't really do this on your YouTube channel. Like, you just rehash old racist memes. Like, okay, cool.
Talk all about this. But this rabbi, like, these people, man, all of it. It's just funny. That's like where it goes every time. Every time. And what's like the main thing when it comes to censorship and all these different things? It's either people talking bad about the Jews or people talking bad about stuff Jews want. COVID vaccinations, hello, like all of this stuff, pharmaceutical companies, where the majority of them are being run by fucking Jews. Mass immigration with Indians, because Indians and Jews are like...
source? Huh? When these people start talking about vaccines, I don't know, what do you even say? What do you say? Yeah, you're right, global medical consensus... and unanimous agreement doesn't fucking matter. It's actually Jews. Jews control everything. Because that's the thing. Like, they can just say Jews control everything. At the end of it, they can just be like, yeah, you know, Jews, they control the world. Yeah, they control the CDC, and they control everything. They control the World Health Organization. Yeah, man.
Together. And we'll talk about that in the next video. I'm trying not to
For
get too
sure.
much into it, but it's crazy. You know, like, you can talk about the Muslims in Minneapolis, you can talk about the Somalis and all that, but as soon as you start talking about the immigrants they want, that's when the media is silent. As soon as you start talking about the things that they like and how that's actually kind of fucked up, that's when nobody listens to you. That's when everybody starts turning a blind eye. That's when the censorship really starts coming. It's only when it goes against what they want. It's crazy. You can talk shit about Christians all day long. You can mock Jesus all day long. You can make fun of everything. But as soon as you talk about Jews, as soon as you talk about them trying to take over and doing everything, you gotta fucking use coded language and all of this shit to get around like all the censors on YouTube and everything. Somebody messaged me the other day and they're like, yo, Tom, I get you keep talking about Jews in your videos, but you really gotta stop.
You don't really need to use coded language. You just need to use accurate language. Alright? Because it's not the Jews, it's the Zionist. Okay, when I say that, I'm not using coded language. I'm not saying, when I say Zionist, I actually mean Jewish people. Okay, no. I mean Zionist. I mean Jewish supremacist. Most of which are Christian. And even though that seems really strange, and I can see why it seems strange to non-Christians, if you are like in Christianity, you understand Christianity and the perspective of, you know, many Christians in this country, it makes a lot of fucking sense, actually. So, anyway, all that is to say, you don't need to do that. You don't need to like use some secret language. You can just say what it is, which is what I keep trying to tell you.
Jews on YouTube, because your stuff's gonna get flagged. Like, somebody already messaged me and they were like, yeah, dude, your shit's already on the list. Like, you do realize, like, because the algorithm, the AI, it's designed to pick up when you say those things. So they're telling me, they're like, dude, you gotta come up with like another term. So I have been considering it. I know the tiny hats are one, that's a good term. Some people just say Brazilians, and every time they say Brazilians, they mean Jews. Other people say them boys, which is kind of funny. I don't know. If you guys have any recommendations for some new lingo, we can come up with new lingo for the YouTube videos. Because they're like, dude, the censorship's coming. I've talked about it before too. It's like, it's gonna happen. But I digress. But we're gonna get into the next part of the video. I know I've been kind of rambling on, just looking at this, but we're having fun. And we're about to have a little bit more fun. We're gonna read an article from the Jewish Telegraphic Agency. Doesn't that sound awesome, guys? The Jewish Telegraphic Agency? Your favorite paper. Your favorite paper. And this one is in politics, and this one is titled, AIPAC is targeting candidates who want to condition aid to Israel. Who has crossed its red line? The embattled pro-Israel lobby is weighing races across the country as an increasing number of politicians pledge not to accept its endorsements or affiliated PAC's money. And this came out on March 10th, so it's a few days old at this point, but this was by Joseph Strauss. I wonder what he is. The flood of recent spending by a PAC affiliated with the American Israel Public Affairs Committee against a Democratic congressional candidate in New Jersey had many observers scratching their heads. Why would the pro-Israel lobby go after someone who describes himself as pro-Israel when there was a much more strident critic of Israel in the race? The PAC's answer, Tom Malinowski, had expressed openness to conditioning U.S. aid to Israel, and that was now AIPAC's red line. We are going to have to focus on stopping candidates who are detractors of Israel or who want to put conditions on aid. Patrick Dorton, a spokesperson for AIPAC's Super PAC, the United Democracy Project, said in an interview. So not only, and I don't know if we're going to read the entire article because it's honestly kind of long, but this is like the main thing that I wanted to talk about. Not only is AIPAC and the Jews attacking people who are actively against Israel, who are actively against, Jewish supremacy in America, but now the red line, now like the fucking thing that's going to make them go after you, try to like fucking ruin your life, is just even considering cutting aid to Israel, lowering the aid. Like, let's say you're like, hey, yeah, maybe we shouldn't send
you can't do that.
$30 to Israel. Maybe it should just be $1 trillion.
Can't do that.
You lowered the payment.
That's anti-Semitic.
Like public enemy number one to these fuckers, which is crazy that they would do this because Israel at this point in time in America, in its entire lifespan, which isn't that long, right? Israel's very like new, but out of every year, Israel's been a thing according to like public relations between the American people and that country, like what they think of it. It's like the lowest it's ever been. And so now at this point in time, not only are they actually going after their quote unquote enemies, but now they're going after like allies, people that do kind of support them, but are just like, hey, maybe.
Yeah, but like I don't really think that this is new though. I don't really see it that way. Like the fact that they're talking about it, I that's kind of new. Okay, but like yeah, they're gonna go after people that say shit like that. Of course. I'm surprised there are people that are taking AIPAC money that are saying shit like that. That's actually what I'm kind of surprised about. But yeah, I mean, cutting aid to Israel, that, don't you know, that's anti-Semitic, bro. That don't you know that? It's the land of the Jews. Yeah, you're an anti-Semite if you say that shit. I'm kidding, of course, but that's like I said, I don't really see this as new information. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like this is a new strategy that they're doing. I just feel like nobody could ever get away with saying we're gonna cut aid to Israel. Like that was never a thing. The difference is that now there's more of a push from voters for their elected representatives to say stuff like that.
Sell you as many weapons. Maybe we shouldn't give them as much money. Just simple shit as that, and then it doesn't matter. You can ride the Jew dick all day long, forever, but as soon as you step out of line, right? As soon as you're not a good nigger for master, right? Toby be a good nigga for master. As soon as you're not a good nigga for master, you step out of line, bro. They get the whip. They got the whip for the goyim, bro. They're like, nah, you can't be taking money from us, you goy slave. You're supposed to give us your money, motherfucker. You damn nigger. Like, what are you doing fucking trying to take all of our shit? What are you doing trying to take all of our shit, you fucking goyim? You fucking goy slave. Stepping out of line and shit. See, in the article, it talks about Representative Adam Smith, who was endorsed by AIPAC in his most recent election cycle, but has since declared his support for conditioning aid to Israel. Because of that, they're no longer going to support him. And this guy's a bitch. This guy's a bitch, dude. He talks about it. They have a quote. He's like, I don't know what AIPAC is going to do in my race, but he's like, I've certainly taken votes in positions that are opposite of what AIPAC wanted. On the other hand, I still support the right of Israel to exist, and understanding that the threats of Israel continue to face from Iran, the Houthis, and Hezbollah and Hamas, among others. He's like, I still love them. I still love the Jews. I just don't want to give them the money. And so it even says he's
Roll
walking on a
Tide.
tightrope. It's like he's trying to toe between the lines, and that's what a lot of these people are doing because the American politicians, they know, they understand it's not popular. They understand being a supporter of Israel right now when they're committing genocide.
No shit.
When they've literally dragged us into a war, which at this point is going to escalate in some way. Nobody knows what the fuck is going to happen with Iran. And the potential of World War III is greater now than it's ever been in the history of mankind. And it's because of Israel, and it's because of them fucking dragging us into this bullshit. So obviously at this point in time, it's not popular. But even people who support Israel, even people who are like, yeah, I support them, and I don't think what they're doing is bad or whatever, they should have a right to exist, I just don't want to sell them the weapons, or I just don't think we should do this or whatever, that automatically... That's
anti-Semitic. That's anti-Semitic, bro.
As we saw with the beginning of the article, they will go as far as to get another candidate
get him out of there.
Even less pro-Israel. So now, not only do they not
get
care,
him
but
out of
if you're one
office.
their
How dare
allies,
he?
If you're like a little goy slave, and you step out of line, you become more of a threat to them than somebody who's already opposed to them. That's what this is all saying. So they're going to be going hard, bro. It's going to be very weird. Like the end of this year, the midterms, it's going to be fucking weird. I know a lot of people are like, oh, voting doesn't matter. But voting does work when it comes to smaller elections. When it comes to stuff in your hometown, when it comes to like your, local stuff, that's where it really, you do, like what you do has an impact. You can go...
Yeah, no. Look, voting is important, okay? The only... he was kind of correct about this, okay? Voting matters more on the smaller scale, your community, but like voting for local representatives, yeah, of course. Senatorial elections matter a lot. I guess what he's saying here is that the presidential election doesn't matter, which I sort of agree with, because it's always Hitler versus Mecha Hitler. That's what I always say. That's what the last like fucking the last like 5 presidential elections inarguably have been Hitler versus Mecha Hitler. Okay, but I mean even going back way before then, like it's That's the way it's always been for the last 80 years. The only exception being like JFK. That's pretty much it. You see what they did to him. Anyway.
Go and you can do a protest in your city, in your town. You can go and knock on doors, petition people to vote for like a mayor or, city council or sheriff or whatever. Like, you can do those things. You doing that actually has a very big impact because not a lot of people register to vote for those elections and not a lot of people vote. You look at the numbers and there's like areas where there's hundreds of thousands, if not even close to like
Yeah, so I kind of disagree with them about this. I think that local elections are extremely important, yeah. And the presidential election is not really that important. But to me, the most important elections are senatorial and the House. So, vote for your local congressperson. Make sure they're anti-Israel. I advocate for voting for the Democratic Socialist of America. And they got some fucking motion right now. So that's what I've been saying. But, this video is going to go up on Rumble. So I'm probably in the minority there. And that's alright. But yeah, vote anti-Israel. Alright, make sure. And anyway. Local elections matter a lot too, but you have to understand the president. They're gonna bomb children in our name. They're gonna kill innocent people. They're gonna start stupid fucking wars, right? The only one that hasn't done that in the last like 30 years is fucking Joe Biden, unironically. And is that because he was demented and like somebody else was doing his job behind the scenes? Yeah, probably. Okay, I don't know. But anyway, he got us out of Afghanistan. Okay, it was a shit show, but he did the damn thing.
And they get less than like 100K voters because nobody fucking gets energized for that. So if you
I got off topic.
Or maybe not a protest, but if you organize on a local level for local elections, that can have a big impact.
Maybe not a protest. Why not? What?
Do a protest or potentially, and they get less than like 100K voters because nobody fucking gets energized for that. So if you do a protest or maybe not a protest, but if you organize,
maybe not a protest. Why not? Why not do a protest? Because the woke-tards are doing protest right now? Is that why? Well, so what? Yeah, shit sucks. The country sucks. Go out and protest. It's your legal right. Okay, you have a right to protest the government. You should fucking do it, because what the government is doing is, evil and abhorrent. So, yeah, get out there.
On a local level for local
elections. Even if you're a griper, okay? Even if you're a right-wing person, like, do it. And talk to the woke-tards. They're just like you. Okay, they're just normal people. You might think that they're stupid or whatever, but, at the end of the day, they want the same shit that you want. They want security and safety in their homes, right? They want their government to stop doing forever wars for Israel.
That can have a big
That's what they want.
And that can work. Like, the voting does work, and you can gain, soft power. You can gain influence.
The only difference is that they're evil communist. Okay, that's the only difference.
Which is what you should be doing, and I think that's what Patriot Front does. I forget like the areas where they did it, but I think they've been able to sway like 10 plus elections, local elections, and they've gotten people that are kind of in with them into office. Now, it might not be that powerful, but for those people that live in those communities and have those families, that means a lot. So that is the stuff where voting really does matter. And in a way, the midterms kind of have more of an influence on your everyday life than the actual election, the presidential election. Because by the time the presidential election happens, it's really already decided. Like, by the time you know who you can vote for, the money, the influence, the donors, the people who are behind everybody, like, they've kind of already decided who's going to win. That's what we're kind of finding out more and more. So if you want to say voting doesn't matter, obviously for like a presidential election, you're probably right. But midterms, that's a little bit more of a gray area. There is an argument to be made that you can have an effect. And the same thing for local elections especially. It's like 100%. Like, yeah, you can prevent a fucking foreign-born idiot from getting on your city council. You can prevent, some idiot getting elected to the school board. Like, you do have the ability to, influence that. But what we're seeing with AIPAC, it seems like they're going for blood, bro. They're going to be going for the jugular this year, and it's going to be against their own. And where does that lead? Is that going to cause these people who are getting fucked over by all these Jews to turn away from them? Or is it going to make them double down and get on their good side again because they want that money? They want that donor money. They want that AIPAC money because there's no money like that AIPAC money. And honestly, I was going to read the rest of this, but I'm not even going to lie. It's literally just everything I just talked about. It's just different instances of like, yeah, oh, you don't support Israel anymore? Oh, you don't actually like the IDF raping women and, you know, blowing up kids and shooting kids?
That's
like,
anti-Semitic.
oh, like that? Yeah, we don't.
That's anti-Semitic,
in fact,
bro.
We're gonna help your enemy get elected. That's basically what this is. But that's what the Jews be doing. What the Jews doing? The Jews doing a lot. The Jews doing this. The Jews doing bullshit. But you know what? When are the Jews not doing bullshit? When are the Jews not doing bullshit? You give me an example of that in the comments. All right, and I think that's all to be said. Like literally, like I'm going through other parts of this.
Okay, so an increasing number of Jewish people, they do not support Zionism. They reject it, and this is for very good reason. Okay, it's the same reason that Orthodox Jews are, they reject Zionism. You know, the more fundamental Jewish people. Okay, Zionism goes against their religion. Okay, this is because Zionism is, I suspect, a Christian construct. Okay, it is. It's actually our people that fooled the Jews into supporting this suicide death cult that is Zionism. Okay, because the Christians, it's like you said in your last video, the Christian Zionists, they want the Jews to go to Israel so they can all die there, and then the Messiah will come and fucking rapture us. Yay! It's fucking stupid. It's a terrible idea. It has resulted in already so much death and destruction. But it, like you said, it's the Christian Zionist. There are so many Christian Zionists in this country, and they have to be found. They have to be ostracized. They have to be rooted out of our congregations. So find them and do it. Plot their downfall. That's what I advocate for. That's what I've been saying. That's what I'm gonna fucking keep saying. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out who in my Christian circle, who around me is the Zionist, because I know it's one of them, right? I know it's a few of them. They must be found. They must be cast out. And they can go form their own fucking churches, their own enclaves, whatever, cults, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's not Christianity. Christian Zionists are not Christians. They are the wolves in sheep's clothing. Right? They are the people that Jesus warned us about. And you can interpret that in, like, oh, okay, well, I guess you were saying the end times are coming. But not really. Okay? There have always been fake Christians. There are opportunists within our churches. Of course there are. It'd be like that. Okay? But right now, okay, they have formed this ideology that is going to kill a lot more people and has already killed and brutalized a fuck ton of people. Anyway.
To have more, but it's literally just different instances. It's all the same bullshit. But these midterms are going to be very interesting. Very interesting. So hold on to your butts, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Get closer to God. Get prepared. Find a group. Get friends, you know, like at the very least, find some friends. Like me personally, I'll let you know, I'm not like a part of any group or any organization. To be quite honest, I don't really want to be.
Yeah, I mean, this is decent advice. Tom Foe, he says shit like this quite often, and I agree with him, okay? Be normal. Be fucking normal. That's what I'll tell you. Okay, yeah, make friends. If you want to make friends, you need to be normal. Okay? Normies, They don't like this shit. They don't like it when you say like the Jews are mind controlling you. Okay, they don't like that. So even if you believe it in your heart, and I think you're fucking stupid for it, but even if you believe it, like, just hide it. Because it's not true, first of all, and more importantly to you, the normies, they don't like it. Okay, so yeah, go make some friends, go get different perspectives, okay? Talk to people, and when you make your friends, find out which of them are Zionists, okay? And then guess what? Once you find out that friend of yours is a Zionist, they're not your friend anymore. Okay, now you plot their downfall. Okay, and honestly, I said this in another video, like, do whatever to them. Just don't kill them. Okay, don't harm them. Don't do nothing like that. Okay, but like, fucking steal from them, right? Destroy their property. I don't give a fuck, right? Do anything to them. Hey, whatever. I don't care. Like, just ruin their lives. Okay, they fucking deserve it.
I have friends.
They
I
do.
have family. I have people that I actually can count on.
Sorry,
people
Jesus.
That are capable people.
Hey,
that
I don't
are
think he
prepared.
likes that
I'm with them.
much.
So, you know, at least at the very
My
least,
bad.
get friends and family. Because if you can't find that, you can find a group, and it doesn't have to be big. It can be just a few guys. You know, people that train and prepare. Just do everything.
Yeah.
Become capable. Start reading. Like, actually start reading. I've been reading a lot more recently. I've actually been like
All right.
getting kind of into it, even on days when I don't really feel like it.
Yeah,
Now, it's not every day, but
reading
when
is
I have
good.
time, and even if I don't feel like it, I'll be like, I'm gonna at least read a chapter of whatever book I'm reading. You know, so
Look, it's not a bad idea to read. I don't like reading. I don't like it. I like pictures. I like the pictures. I don't like reading that much. Like, you look at words on paper and you hallucinate. It's not for me. You know, I don't like it. I do read. I force myself to read, but like, I don't really enjoy doing it. I don't really hate it either. But it's not really something I do for fun,
it does
you know?
add up. Learn something new. Get into new skills. Get better at cooking. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, get better at cooking. Get more informed.
Oh,
And that's what you guys
yeah,
are doing
yeah.
already. I know
Definitely
you're doing
do
it,
that,
but
yeah.
Get your friends into it. If you have brothers, if you have family.
Hey, first, learn to make pizza. Okay, learn to make some pizza from scratch. Look, the secret is 00 flour, okay? Well, I mean, actually, it depends what kind of crust you like, okay? I like thin crust. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. Okay, thin crust good, okay? But some people really sleep on thin crust. I'm telling you. The trick is you want to cook it slowly so that you don't if you cook it too fast, it'll be hard as a rock, okay? It'll be like really also, you don't want to, when you knead the dough, right? When you fold the dough, you don't want to homogenize it too much. You don't want to fold it too much because it'll make it like tougher, chewier. Make it chewier. You want it to be more like crumbly, right? You know, easier to like break up. You know, otherwise it just ends up being hard and kind of annoying to eat. But
Get them into it
anyway.
as well. You don't have to like be annoying about it, but try to be encouraging. Let's be positive about all this because we're capable, man. Don't fucking black pill to infinity and think like, oh, it's all over and we're gonna fucking bitch out. No, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. We're gonna fucking do this. We're gonna grab our nuts. We're gonna survive. Our ancestors made it through way worse. Okay, I know it doesn't seem like it, but if you really look at history, your ancestors did a lot of crazy shit to make sure you would be here. So don't fail them. Don't black pill.
Yeah,
don't
true.
give up. Be men. Be courageous.
They got
God is
on the
our side. We
Mayflower.
have God with us. And, you know, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to talk about. So in this first episode of What the Jew Doing, the Jew be doing some Jew shit. But guys, what did you think about this video?
First
Do you have anything to add?
episode.
I know there's a lot of stuff to talk about, but I just had to bring up just a little bit of, you know, everything. What do you
First
think?
episode?
And, you know, this was just for the Rumble dudes, you know, the real guys, the real supporters.
Yeah, I don't
love
think
you
this
guys
is
so
your
much.
first
And I really do appreciate
endeavor
you guys
in
following me on here,
discussing
making me proud, supporting
the
me.
global
It really
Jewry.
means a lot, and I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you. Your comments, it means a lot, and I you know, thank you guys. Really, I mean it.
You're
I'm
welcome.
excited. I'm looking forward to the future. I am. Like, obviously,
Me
it's gonna be
too.
worse before
We
it
can
gets
agree
better,
on that.
But the possibility of it getting better, I think that is worth fighting for. You know, that better future, that future where your family makes it, that future where you can have a family, that future where you can have kids. Bro, I've been hanging out with one of my best friends. What is it? He has these 2 kids. They're both like babies, and they're white. And dude, I was hanging out with them and just kind of like chilling with them, and like their kid, like his little kid is like 2-3 years old, and he's fucking cool, bro. He's like, you look at him and he's excited and he's just so curious and he has so much life in his eyes. And then he has a little girl, bro, and his baby girl, dude, you look at her and she smiles and she gets happy. She can't even talk yet. And it's like, dude, because I don't have kids, but I look at my friend's kids and he's like a brother to me. He really is. And it's like, fuck, dude. Like, even if I don't ever have a family, even if I don't ever have kids personally, and it's not that I don't want them, I do obviously, but I got to do the best I can do for these kids, you know? Because he already calls them. He's like, yeah, this is your Uncle Tom, which is hilarious. It's like, I got to do this for them. You know, it's like I got to do this for him because he works hard. He's got a wife, he's got kids, he's got to support, he's got all these things. I'm in a position to where I can't do a lot. This is the best I can do is just make videos. But for now, if this is the best I can do, fuck it, this is what I'm doing. And I'm not gonna black pill, and I'm not gonna give up, and I'm not gonna surrender, not physically and not in my heart, because that's not gonna get me anywhere good. And I know God's on
Yeah,
our side.
man, I think this is a good message, and it's an important one, because I think a lot of Gen Z people on the left and on the right, they're fucking nihilist, okay? And it's annoying. It's annoying, and it's just not, It's not what I want, you know? It's not just that it's annoying. Like, it's sad. But it's really hard to combat because shit is so terrible. So, you know, like, a lot of the things that the nihilists say, you know, you gotta be like, well, yeah, shit is terrible, you know, but like, never give up hope. Looking at my comments, I like the patience you have for me because sometimes I am not a great commenter. LOL. Alright, I have your stream open. Gotta play a few games before 9 hits. I don't know if I don't drink caffeine or my shift beginning at 6:30 has me fully drained. I know that feeling, man. When I had this one job, I had to get up at like 3 a.m. Well, like 3:30. I had to be there at 4:30, so I'd get up at like 3:30. That shit is rough. That shit is rough. But and anyway, I'm not trying to like one up you. Okay, my bad. But like, yeah, 6:30. That is early. That is, especially for me. Okay, I hate getting up early. I hate it. It's the worst. I like staying up late, and I like sleeping during the daytime. That's what I like. I've never had a graveyard shift job, ever. I want one. I really do. I want like or is it third shift, I think? Nah, I've done every shift at a warehouse. I worked from 4 a.m. to noon. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Oh, God. A warehouse at 4 a.m.? Damn. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. I can see why you don't work there anymore.
And I know we have people that are capable. Like, we can do this. We can. And I believe in us. So that's what I wanted to say. I know I kind of went all over the place with this video, but I was just trying to relax.
I picked up plastic bottles.
I've been really trying to get this Indian video going, but I keep finding shit, bro. I keep finding shit, and I'm thinking I might have to write a script. Maybe not for the whole video, but there's certain games I'm gonna have to get across perfectly, or at least to the best of my ability. I don't know if I can just wing that. But dude, I'm not even kidding. Like, I just find shit every day. And people have been sending me stuff, but hopefully I have that out soon. Hopefully that's out before the end of the week.
People keep sending you shit?
Sure. But thank you guys, as always. Thank you to the Rumble niggas. Thank you to all the people that support me. You know, as always, check out the other videos on the channel.
You're welcome,
check out YouTube
bro.
if you feel like it, but I mean, that's why I have Rumble here. So if you want to stay here, you don't have to go to YouTube. You can just support me here. But follow me on X. You know, I'm always on X. I'm always posting on there. And, you know, as always, guys, Jesus Christ is King of Kings, Lord of Lords. America first, always and only.
Yeah, man. All right. Anyway, so... You know, all that is to say, J-Star, I have an announcement to make, okay, Donut? I don't know if you heard me say, I can't remember if I did say this yet. J-Star is now on Rumble. Yes! Yes! That's right, so, you know, to all of my YouTube subscribers, do not follow me on Rumble. Fuck Rumble, I don't give a fuck about it. But I'm gonna start posting on there because, I want to. Isn't that a right-wing site? Yeah, mostly, I think. Yeah. That's precisely why I want to start uploading there. You know, I've been reacting to the Gripers, but I have no clue what Rumble is. It's just like YouTube, but for the based chuds. Anyway, I've been posting about the Groypers on YouTube, and I don't get any views, and they don't watch my shit, because I don't think that they're going to do that on YouTube. But here's the thing. I know that the creators themselves, they're watching my videos. So I'm thinking if I meet them in their own space, I'll get, you know, I'll get brigaded, and I can actually, like, talk to these people. Like, that's what I want. I want to talk to the fucking Groypers, but they don't want to watch my shit. Like, I keep making videos about Asmongold and Leaflet, and I get thousands of views. But I make videos about these dipshits, and I get, like, 3 views. I get 2 views, you know? It's annoying. So I'm going to start uploading these videos on Rumble. I will also continue to upload them on YouTube. But I'll be uploading on both now, so... Yes, J-Star on Rumble. I know that's what everybody's been waiting for, okay? They've been waiting for me to get on Rumble. Now it's at your prayers have been answered, okay? J-Star is officially going on Rumble. Anyway, before I start gaming, I want to look at